about this, and hopefully you're going to enjoy this. But before that, as per usual, you know the rules of the UC Global Chats. So several things that I'm going to give a quick reminder before we start the UC Global Chat. So first thing first, remember for all students, we highly recommend it and advise for you to have a good internet connections. In this senses, we make sure that you have it attend from the beginnings until the end of this global chat, and make sure you also take a note for you, ensuring that everything is going to be run well and you know some of informations that the speaker's been given. Second of all, we would like to ask for everyone to respect the speakers. In this senses, I would like to ask for everyone to mute yourself in the middle of the speakers are going to give a lot of information. We noticed some of you are going to be so active. We'd like to give some questions. We're going to have our sessions later. So please, for now, after the global chat has been finished from both speaker, you may go and ask some questions from there. Number three, notice we already given these informations beforehand. So please register yourself for the event before attending to make sure for all students to gain your lovely KPIO and ensuring that it's going to be credited. So please register it before and make sure that you done it as soon as possible. And last but not least, fill the survey at cheese when instructed. The instruction will be given after the whole global chat is finished. So make sure that you keep in touch for our sessions until the end. So you will notice how you're going to claim your KPI over this. All right. So I think after this, a quick reminder to everyone have registered for this event before attending. Remember, last minute registrations may result in a surface technical issues. So we going to be accept some of you who already registered before this event started. So make sure that you are already registered. But if not, well, fortunately, through informs you maybe there's not going to be next global chat you're going to follow up in the futures. Second of all, the survey isn't going to be take a long time. It's going to be only approximately 5 until 10 minutes. So take a note as soon as possible. If there's instructions, done it as quickly as possible. Because after that, we aren't going to accept any kind of complaint or maybe like any kind of the commentary if like says that, oh, I cannot fill in my KPI and etc. So take your times precisely on that limited time and make sure that you fill it out. And last but not least, we're gonna have our picture sessions. So taking a picture, we're gonna ask you to open camera on that sessions because we're gonna give you a details when we're gonna do is kind of the picture sessions, and we hope for your corporations to open can on that moments only. All right. So I think that's going to be a quick reminder for everyone's and also everything's for the whole rules. But before that, I would like to ask for representations from Cage to give an opening remark before our global chat gonna start. I would like to welcome for Miss Kezia to open this global chat.
Thank you so much, Pa Angga, and good afternoon, everyone, our distinguished speakers and also students. So I'm Kezia, and I'm on behalf of Universitas Cipta Surabaya Collaboration and Global Engagement. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to this UC Global Chat, exploring France through education and film. So we have collaborated with IFI several times before, and this event is one of the cooperation with UC and IFI. So if anyone of you is interested with French culture, or if you're interested to study abroad, or you're looking forward to do a postgraduate education in France, this is your chance to learn more about France. And we are very thankful for IFI Surabaya for the continued support and cooperation. So hopefully today is not only an event, but it's marking our future cooperations and also various other collaborations that we may have in the future. So I would like to also convey a warm regards from our head of collaboration and global engagement, Ms. Josefa, who unfortunately today is unable to join us, but she has the regrets for IFI because we have a cooperation several times already. So we value our collaboration deeply. And so without further ado, I hope everyone can enjoy this session and also gain valuable insights from IFI Surabaya. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much for Miss Kezia. It's very lovely and also welcoming for the opening for our global chat for today. So I think with that opening remarks, I think we don't have waiting for prolongs because I believe that everyone's so excited to know more about the Institute of France of Indonesia. So I would like to give the floor for Mr. Yogi and Ms. Gabriela to do the global chat. The time is yours.
Yeah. Yeah. Bonjour. Good afternoon, Ms. Kezia and Mr. Angga, and also KH team and dear students. So yeah, my name is Gabriela Bakara from IFI campus from Surabaya. Today, together with my colleague, Mas Yogi, we are very happy to join this UC Global Chat. And in today's webinar, we will we will discover why France is one of the world's leading destination for higher education, innovation, and also international experiences. And later, my colleague will continue by introducing you to the fascinating world of French cinema. So yeah, allow me to share my presentation. Okay, is my presentation visible on your screen? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So, yeah. Well, Campus France Indonesia is the official French government agency under IFI and French Embassy in Indonesia that provides information and guidance for students who would like to pursue higher education in France. And we are available in 5 cities across Indonesia. And I'm personally in charge of the East Java region as well as Eastern Indonesia. So yeah, when we talk about France, many things probably come to our minds. Maybe Paris, Eiffel Tower, fashion, luxury brands, or maybe Emily in Paris. But France is also a country that has contributed a lot to science, innovation, and discoveries that are still close to our daily lives today. So yeah, for example, the stethoscope, braille writing systems, can food technology, and even early film and photography cameras. But France is also one of the most powerful ecosystem of entrepreneurships and innovation in the world. And here are the few French entrepreneurs who are not only successful in France, but have also created global impact across different industries. Here are Bernard Arnault. He is the leader of LVMH, the world largest luxury conglomerate group, including Louis Vuitton, Dior, Celine, Loro Piana, Rimowa, and many iconic brands. And Frederic Mazella, he created BlaBlaCar, a simple idea that became one of the largest car sharing platforms. Also, Javier Niel, a key figure in France's tech and telecom industry, and also a strong supporter of startup and digital innovations. Also, Eric Carrel, an entrepreneur in health tech and connected devices, co-founding meetings known for smart health innovations and its use worldwide. And finally, Jean-Baptiste Bourdel, founder of Criteo, a global advertising technology company. So from luxury to technology, from mobility to hard innovation, this example show that France is not only a country of culture, tourism, or history. It is also a country of ideas, global innovation, digital transformation, and entrepreneurships. So why study in France? Well, France is a country strongly connected to innovation and research. Almost every year, researchers or academics from France receive Nobel Prizes in different fields, such as physics, literature, economics, chemistry, etc. And this shows how strong the research ecosystem in France. And yeah, besides individual achievements, many French institutions are also ranked among the top university in the world. For example, in the Shanghai ranking, which is well known for research performance, as well as the QS World University rankings and Times Higher Education rankings. And for students interested in business and management, actually, 1/4 of the top 100 business schools in Europe are located in France. And Neoma Business Schools, one of the business schools included in this top 100 list, I believe it's already collaborating with Universitas Ciputra. So if you are interested in joining an exchange semester or summer program in France with Neoma Business School, feel free to contact Kate or your Universitas Ciputra Global Engagement to learn more about the requirements and also the preparation process. So yeah, and there are also several reasons why many international students choose France. First, education supported by high quality research laboratories. And second, bachelor's and master's program integrate internships into the curriculum. So students not only study the theory, but also gain professional experience during their studies. And third, French university okay, usually have a strong collaboration with industry and companies, which helps students connect academic knowledge with the professional world. Yeah. As international students, there are also many benefits provided by the French government. For example, student or you can access the French public health insurance. We call it Amélie, which can cover a large part of medical expenses. It's up to 70%. And students are also allowed to work part-time, up to 20 hours per week. As international student, you can also benefit from very affordable meals at cruise university restaurants. So since May 2026 this year, the €1 meal program has been progressively extended to all students in many universities, restaurants across France. And there are also many special student rates for transportation, museum, cultural activities. And for some graduates, there is also possibility of obtaining a circulation visa valid for 5 years. Another nice thing is presence of Indonesian Student Association or PPI across many cities in France. So you can stay connected with fellow Indonesians and build your network. And for international students at UC, you may also check with campus friends in your respective country whether student associations similar to PPI exist in France or not. So yeah. And France also has a very large international student community. Most universities are also provide dedicated supported offices for international students to help with administration, accommodation, and also integration. Yeah, and with French student visa, or you can also travel freely within Schengen countries. So besides studying, you can also have opportunities to discover different cultures and countries in Europe. Okay, and I would also like to highlight that the French government subsidizes a large part of higher education costs, including for international students. So for public universities, tuition fees for master programs are currently around 4,000 euros per year. And private institutions are usually more expensive depending on the school and program. For living expenses, Paris is generally more expensive and usually around 1,000 to 200 euros per month. And outside Paris, living costs are often lower, around 150 to 1,000 euros monthly, but of course it also depends on your lifestyle and accommodation choices. Okay, next, for students who need financial support, there are several scholarships opportunities available. For example, for EVO scholarships and Erasmus Mundus program, which are open to many nationalities. And meanwhile, scholarships such as LPDP, LPDP regular, and LPDP co-funding with France Embassy for master and doctoral programs, and also SSHN, because are specifically for Indonesian students. And for international students studying at Universitas Ciputra, you can also contact or visit the website of Campus France or the French Embassy in your country to explore other scholarships opportunities. As scholarships opportunities may vary depending on the nationality targeted by its embassy, by the French government. And I also encourage you to explore the campusboost.campusfrance.org to search for other scholarship opportunities offered by universities, local governments, or organizations in France. Well, sometimes the information may not be updated yet, but you can still study the requirement first and contact the scholarship providers directly. And don't worry if your French is still basic, or even if you can only say bonjour and merci for now. There are many majors offered fully in English, especially at the master's and doctoral level. And you can use the Campus France catalog as a reference, or also search manually through university websites and search engines. So hopefully after this introduction, some of you are now considering France for your exchange or master studies. Let's now look at what you should prepare to make the project possible. Okay, first of all, prepare your language certificate depending on the language instruction. For English program, university may ask IELTS or TOEFL, and some institution also accept Duolingo English test, but you have to make sure with the university. And for program taught in French or mixed English-French programs, students will need DELF or DALF certification. And next, use the Campus France catalog to search for programs that match your academic background and career goals. And after that, carefully read the university website to understand the curriculum, specialization, internship opportunities, partnerships, and admission requirements. And also, I always recommend students to spend time researching their target universities, because this will also help you to write stronger and more convincing motivation letter. Third, prepare your supporting documents such as your CV, motivation letter, academic diploma, and also some university asks 1 or 2 recommendation letters, and also your passport. And if needed, you can also contact me for consultation regarding the programs, university, CV, and motivation letter checkings. And finally, apply the university to university, or follow the Campus France Indonesia procedure carefully while paying attention to its timeline. This is very important, especially for public universities in France, because the deadlines are usually strict. So once you receive your letter of acceptance from the university, you can continue the visa procedure with Campus France. Well, in general, students who will study in France for more than 3 months must go through the Campus France procedure before applying for student visa. And for master programs in France, usually start in September. However, applications are much earlier, like 9 to 10 months before real. So yeah, for procedure through Campus France Indonesia, application are generally open only between December to January. So you really need to prepare early. Okay, yeah. After completing your study in France, whether for exchange, double degree, or full degree programs, you can also join the France Alumni Network. It is a great way to stay connected professionally and internationally. Yeah, on this slide, you can see several inspiring France alumni from different professional backgrounds. For example, Mr. Joseph Kala, who also has a strong background in business and entrepreneurships. Also, Renata Muluk in the culinary and creative industry. Mazaki in technology and entrepreneurships, and Andika Rinaldo Asri in digital and media industry. So yeah, the journey show that studying in France can open opportunities in many different fields, not only academics, but also business, innovation, art, leaderships, technology, and entrepreneurships. So yeah, who knows, maybe you will be the next inspiring entrepreneur, researchers, or leader. Right, so yeah, I hope you don't mind a little permission from us, from IFI Surabaya. So if you are interested in learning French, you can join French classes at IFI Surabaya. There are also online classes available. And I believe IFI Surabaya already collaborates with UC Language Center as well. So there's a chance you can learn French at your campus. Usually if there are enough participants to open a class. And IFI also organize many cultural activities, including French movie. Yeah, French movie screening almost every year, and music festival, etc. Okay. Yeah, and registration for French language exam is still open until May 24. If you pass DELF or DAF, the certificate is valid for life, so you don't need to renew it every 2 years. And fun fact, DELF and DAF certificates are not only useful for studying or working in France, but also recognized in many French-speaking countries and regions, such as Belgium, Switzerland, Canada, and many other Francophone countries around the world. So, in other words, learning French is not only about French, it can also open door to much wider global network of opportunities. Well, to conclude, I would like to invite all of you to follow Campus France Indonesia on social media for updates about studying in France, scholarships, events, and webinars. And you can also contact me via WhatsApp or email if you like to consult about your study plans in France. So yeah, I hope today's session was useful and inspiring for all of you. Now my colleague Yogi will continue by introducing you to the world of French cinema and film culture. So yeah, merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Gabriela. Let me introduce myself. I'm Yogi. I'm in charge of the library in IFI and also the event of the film festival in Surabaya for IFI. So today I will give you some information about what the Indonesian and French film are doing. So maybe if you are interested in going to the film, become a major in the film industry, you will know that right now, France and Indonesia is really tied together, especially on the film industry. Okay, I will share a little bit our presentation. Wait a second. Okay. Okay. Now, what I want to speak about the French film, maybe you already heard of the French Film Festival that are the Cannes Film Festival and also the Clermont-Ferrand Film Festival. So now Indonesia and France, they are joined together to search for the young people that has creativity in film. Let me start. Second. Oops. Okay. Okay, in May 2025, France and Indonesia signed an MOU about cinema at the heart of their culture cooperation. Their partnership is designed to nurture Indonesian talent, expand co-production opportunities, and bring Indonesian film to a wider global audience. The key institutions like Le Femis, the Central National du Cinema, and the Jogja Netpack Asian Film Festival are central to the effort. Together, they aim to position Indonesia as a regional hub for Southeast Asia film collaboration, strengthening both industry and building lasting cultural ties. So, Indonesia has signed special agreement with France about the film industry. So, let's say. Nah, one of the most important initiative in the collaboration is the France-Indonesian Film Lab, held annually in Yogyakarta as part of Jogja Netpack Asia Film Festival. Each year, 6 Indonesian producer team are selected to develop their first or second feature film. They receive mentorship from leading French institutions such as Le Femis and Cannes Critic Week, focusing on screenwriting, financing, and distribution. This program not only strengthens the technical skill, but also connect Indonesian filmmaker with international network, opening door to production and global recognition. Beyond the film lab, France and Indonesia are investing in long-term training and capacity building. This include production incubator, technical workshop, and film literacy program designed to strengthen the skill of emerging Indonesian filmmakers. Selected participants also have the opportunity to continue their study in Paris through Indonesian French Lab, gaining exposure to international product standard and network. This initiative ensured that Indonesian filmmakers not only supported but also equipped with the professional tools needed to thrive in the global film industry. So the MOU highlighted for the France and Indonesia formalized their cooperation in cinema through Memorandum of Understanding. This agreement highlight film as cultural priority and strengthen ties between institutions both country. Key partners including the Central National du Cinema, Le Femis, and French Museum, all working closely with Indonesian counterpart. One of the most visible outcome is the retrospective of Indonesian cinema at Le Cinématique Français in Paris, which introduced Indonesian film to French audience and built appreciation for our creative industry. This cultural agreement provide framework for long-term collaboration and ensure that Indonesian cinema has lasting presence on the international stage. So now we go to the festival, the Indonesia Film Festival, the Festival Cinema Prancis in Indonesia. is annual France Film Festival in Indonesia organized by IFI. It celebrates the strong cultural ties between France and Indonesia by showcasing the French film while also highlighting Indonesian talented. In 2025, actress Marisa Anita served as the festival ambassador, and director Joko Anar was special guest represent Indonesia creative voice. The festival also featured short film from Indonesian students, giving new filmmaker international exposure. Through events like this, Indonesia cinema gained visibility in France and opened pathway to prestigious platforms such as La Cinématique Français and Cannes Critic Week. This collaboration opened up exciting opportunity for Indonesian filmmakers. First is provide access to international funding network, helping project move concept to production. Second, it create pathway to the prestigious film festivals such as Cannes Film Festival and other French film festival, giving Indonesian cinema global visibility. Third, filmmaker benefit from mentorship and skill development through program like the Film Labs, exchange with the La Famille, finally with a plan to expand regionally in 2026. Indonesia is postponed to become the hub for the Southeast Asia co-production. This opportunity not only elevate individual career but also strengthen the entire Indonesian film industry. Now, the challenge for the student that want to join it is, as you look at the collaboration between France and Indonesia, it's important to recognize the challenge ahead. First, opportunities are limited. With only handful of projects slated each year, making competition intense. Second, Indonesian filmmakers must carefully balance presenting their culture identity while meeting international market expectation. Finally, the sustainability of this partnership depend on the consistent support from both government and institution. Overcoming this challenge will essentially to ensure that the collaboration continue to grow and benefit the wider film community in the long term. So the conclusion is the collaboration between France and Indonesia in cinema is more than just an exchange of film. It's a bridge that connects culture, nurture talent, and open door to the global stage. Through initiatives like the Film Lab, training program, and festival showcase, Indonesian filmmakers gain the skill, network, and ability they need to thrive internationally. At the same time, French institutions benefit from fresh perspective and creative energy from Indonesia. Looking ahead, the vision is clear to position Indonesia as the hub for Southeast Asia co-production, and to ensure that our story continue to resonate with audience worldwide. This partnership is not only strengthening our film industry, but also building lasting cultural ties for the future. So that is for me. So I hope you haven't now, if you want to do a film, you can join us. You can ask us about the information, how to join the Cannes Film Festival, how to become one of the Indonesia film labs. So you can contact me anytime in the EV. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for Miss Gabriela and also Mr. Yogi for a very wonderful material that came from both of you. I believe all the students already are so eager to know more about French. So I think as what Mr. Yogi already given in the last slide, we're gonna open for our Q&A sessions. So if there's anyone who wants to have any questions regarding about France, maybe anything about the film industry, perhaps you may unmute yourself, or if you're still a little bit shy, you can just type it questions in the chat box. So yep, let us know if there's any question. Mhm. Any questions from students? Feel free. All right. I think since there's still like some students still shy, Mr. Yogi and also like Miss Gabriela. All right. Oh, so there's someone who's typed it in the chat, so I think I can just read it and I hope Mr. Yogi can answer it. So, are there themes in the French films that resonate with with the audience here in Indonesia? Maybe Mr. Yogi would like to answer.
Yeah, so the film, this one you asked about what film that are, I think for the film, it's very wide. But if you want to join a film festival, first you have to find the information. What are the theme of this year? Usually on like the Cannes Film Festival, they receive every film that you create, but sometimes they have a specific theme. And usually if you do the specific theme that they want, you are more than 30% already accepted by the Cannes Film Festival. For the the theme, a lot of the film that I do the festival in Indonesia, the theme is more about social. What I see from the film that are going to the festival, their film is all their film is film that out of the box. So you don't have to think that already been made. You have to think something new. And don't be afraid if you experiment something, because like example, there is a film in France. I think we have it on the French Film Festival on the 2024. The gender of the film is almost all the gender are included in that film. So the film has romance, it has thriller, it has horror, it has fantasy. So don't think only inside the box, but outside of it. Okay, that's from me. Any question maybe?
All right. Thank you so much for Mr. Yogi. It's very lovely for the answer. Is there any other questions came from students who is maybe have an interest to study in French, perhaps? Also, I'm gonna wait. Feel free to do it in the chat box if you feels like you have any question. But if you would like to tell it directly, you are also welcome to unmute yourself, and then we can pinpoint you. Okay, I think like if there's none of the questions, I think I have any questions for the speakers for today, but I think it's going to be specifically to Miss Gabriela because I want to ask more about the French institutions and also university. Um, for most of Indonesian students, what is the most popular subject that Indonesian students would likely to take for maybe like student exchange or maybe like master degree? Because I feels like in Universitas Ciputra and specifically they have like maybe quite popular with fashions and design or perhaps like management. Maybe we can give us enlightenment what is the most popular in the French for the subject itself.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Angga. So actually, Indonesian students in studying in France come from many different academic backgrounds, but generally some of the most popular fields are business and management, also engineering, and of course, hospitality and culinary arts. Fashions are also interesting fields for the students, but the most favorite one is business and management and also engineering. Yeah, from Indonesia student.
All right, thank you so much. That's very lovely, Ms. Gabriela. So maybe if any of the students who is concentrated with business management, hopefully they could like to take the opportunity to go to the French. And I feels like Ms. Gabriela said, I think there's going to be a lot of university who's going to be provide this exchange. And I feels like Institute of French will also going to be help to collaborate and mediate all of you who have this kind of interests. So yeah, thank you so much for Miss Gabriela. Maybe is there any other question from audiences? We'll be happy to accept maybe anyone. All right. I think since there is none, I think they're still quite shy, Mr. Yogi, also Miss Gabriela, talking about the French Institute itself. But it's very lovely material. Hopefully, most of the students already understands about what you're saying on also present for today's UC Global Chat. So I think it's going to be very wonderful for all of you. Thank you so much for Miss Gabriela and also Mr. Yogi to give a material for today's sessions. So I think since there's no more questions that been given, I think we're gonna have our photo sessions first. So we would like to ask for all audiences, students, to open your camera. So it will be great to do a photo sessions. And yeah, at the same time, thank you, Miss Gabriela. So please don't hesitate for the Campus Friends Surabaya. Feel free to do the chat so you can know more about that while waiting for everyone to open their camera. So I think we can do photo sessions. All right, to give like another 10 seconds, 15
Okay.
seconds. Right, Jesselyn can lead for a photo session.
Okay, so there are 3 slides. I will count from 1 to 3 for each slide. We will be starting from the first slide. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Second slide. 1, 2, 3. Last slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the photo session is finished.
All right, thank you so much, Jesselyn, to lead for the photo sessions for today UC Global Chat. I think that was very lovely for today. Thank you so much for everyone. So before we ended the sessions, I'd like to say a very big appreciation for Mr. Yogi, also Ms. Gabriela, once again to give the material for today. And hopefully all the material been given is going to be giving big insight, a lot of informations, and also much more motivation for students to want to pursue the next level of the educations in the future, especially in the France. So yeah, once again, also quick reminder, do not hesitate to contact Campus Friends Surabaya. Miss Gabrielle already gave you the contact and also the email itself. So I'd like to highly recommend for everyone who wants to get a guidance and get more information about studying in France, feel free to chat on chat and also give some email about that. All right. Yeah. So before we end it for our sessions for today, we're gonna give you a curious barcode for now. So two curious. First thing first, this is going to be more about our informations platforms and channel. Feel free to approach us, gain more of informations and more update of our events in KHWA channels. So feel free to do a quick curious barcode for now in the left one. So if we have another UC Global Chat, any other international event, or perhaps like latest UCIC update, and also including any kind of KPIO information, feel free to approach us in the WhatsApp channel. You get a lot of information there. And for the right side, it's more about KPIO informations. So please read the information file below for you to gain more information about the KPIO as a whole, the technicality, and also everything about how you need to be fulfilled from that kind of slide. All right. And for the updated for our events in the future, maybe for today we have like France team, but in the future we're going to have a very difference of the event. For today we have Exploring France. Yesterday we have the UC from Singapore, but on Tuesday, 26 May, we have a study in Taiwan. So if everyone have interested to study in Taiwan, feel free to join us on 26 May. It's going to happen like in 5 more days. So keep in touch, write it down in your calendar, and make sure you're going to be joining us. All right, so this is going to be whole process, the upcoming international programs. So there's a lot of information for our collaborations, including collaboration with universities outside of Indonesia. Feel free to join at University of Science Malaysia, Wusong's, a lot of information. I think you already noticed it in the was it the information system, if I'm mistaken? And then you can just update it from there and get much more information from there. Get in touch, get a lot of KPIO for you, and also gain a lot of experiences for our international programs. All right. So I think that is all for our UCIC Global Chat. Thank you so much for all audiences. Once again, thank you so much for speakers. I think that's the end of our session. I wish you for best of luck and have a nice afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Yogi, and thank you, Ms. Gabriela.
You can leave the Zoom.
Yes,
meeting.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye
For
bye.
students, you may also fill the survey at GIS. Thank you.
Thank you so much.